So Barcelona have defeated Alaves 3-1, and Barcelona are now at the top of the table, but very temporarily. We'll see what happens with Real Madrid in a couple of hours. Barcelona did start this game very poorly after conceding a goal within 46 seconds. It was insane, the amount of mistakes and how easy it is to get through Barcelona's defense. And I know that Barcelona, yes, they have achieved 3 points. Yes, we saw a brace from Olmo. We also saw a goal coming from Lamine Yamal and 2 assists coming from Raphinha. Yes, all of this is beautiful, and I love to see this Barcelona attack flourish. However, I have to keep it very real with you guys, and I'm not going to be hiding anything. I'm not going to be sugarcoating anything. There is a reason why Hansi Flick did seem a little upset after this game. It is because Barcelona showcasing that they have not fixed their defensive issues, that Barcelona lose too many balls in the middle, that we don't seem as focused as we used to be from the previous season. Our intensity and focus and vertical play has dropped a lot. You may think that Barcelona have done well with all of these goals being scored, but we have to also understand the standards that Barcelona also carry. The level overall that Barcelona had last season is much higher compared to what we see today. That is the reason why, my friends, I showed you guys the video of Raphinha and Hansi Flick and how Hansi Flick looked just a little frustrated. He looked a little worried about the future of Barcelona and how we're going to be approaching the next few games, because Hansi Flick did state to the media, and I believe that maybe this may not have helped him in his position, but he did state to the media that he promised that Barcelona is going to go back to where it once was. And now there is this extra pressure that I believe that Hansi Flick has, because now many people are going to be expecting for Barcelona to really deliver, to really dominate in a way where we saw Barcelona dethrone so many teams 5-1, 5-2, 4-1, 4-0, etc. But how are we going to be able to do this when we know that we're conceding and losing too many balls at the back? The fact that a team like Alaves can find a goal within 46 seconds, it makes you wonder what would happen if Barcelona faced a team like Bayern or Arsenal or PSG again or Inter Milan. It would be chaotic. Yes, of course, all of this can be fixable, but the main question is when? Like, when could we fix this? Like, when is that going to happen? Is it going to happen in the match against Atlético Madrid on Tuesday? Is it going to happen in the match against Villarreal in a couple of weeks? Like, when is that going to happen? I think that is basically the main question, is when are we going to be expecting to see these players deliver and really show up for their coach? I'm going to head back to this conversation in just a few minutes, because I do want to give you guys a brief summary on what happened in this match. Point number one. So we saw Alaves score their first goal within a span of 46 seconds. A few minutes later, we saw Barcelona immediately respond with Lamine Yamal equalizing with a very composed finish. Alejandro Balde did supply the pre-assist, with Raphinha delivering a precise cross to Yamal, and Yamal shot the ball to the top right corner. And that wasn't the only assist that Raphinha had. Raphinha also made another cross yet again to Dani Olmo. Dani Olmo made it 2-1. It was a perfect assist, and I think that, Raphinha did have a first half masterclass. After returning to the 11, after like 2 or 3 months, he went nuclear. He went bonkers on the left flank. Like, you can see the clear difference between having Marcus Rashford on the left and Raphinha on the left. This guy just gives you so much more off the ball, on the ball. The intensity is there, running in from behind. All of that is just unbeatable. He came off on the 60th minute, and there was a loud round of applause from the crowd after a sublime performance from him. I also do want to shout out Joan Garcia for making like 2 or 3 crucial saves. That could have been a 2-2. Maybe we could have seen a 2-1 in favor of Alaves. Joan Garcia was really there to make those saves happen. I also want to congratulate Gerard Martín, who played amazing as a left center back again. It's quite clear that Hansi Flick is looking for a left center back. Like, we have heard reports and rumors about Hansi Flick wanting a brand new defender, and you can tell through his decision making at the back, the fact that he continues to use Gerard Martín only because he is left-footed, and to play on the left center back position, it showcases that Hansi Flick, yes, is on the market to look for a world-class left-footed center back, somebody who can be a replica of Inigo Martinez. But so far so good. Gerard Martín has been playing at the back and has composed himself in a very great way. He's excellent in build-up as well. His distribution with the ball is excellent, making a lot of passes to Alejandro Balde, Raphinha, sometimes even Lamine Yamal. So for sure, Gerard Martín is on a rise. We even saw Marc Bernal start for the first time in 15 months. But as expected, right, even though a lot of us were very excited to see Marc Bernal return to the 11, he was really off the pace compared to the other players. He struggled with the tempo. Sometimes he did not react quick enough. I saw him try to like make some slide tackles, but he was like really off. I think that Marc Bernal still needs some more time. It pretty much does explain the reason why Hansi Flick made immediate changes in the second half by taking off Marc Bernal and Eric Garcia and putting in Jules Koundé and Marcus Rashford. And Raphinha went into the midfield, with Dani Olmo moving into the CDM role temporarily. And last but not least, right, going back to the attack, like, I almost forgot, bro, because like I said, like, I can't really focus on the attack and the goals fundamentals and what we did up front, because I believe that Barcelona as a collective do need to do better. But yeah, we saw Raphinha, Lewandowski, and Yamal start together for the first time in a very long time. It was very exciting to see the OG trio finally return, and they played amazing. I mean, like, it comes by no surprise. You give Hansi Flick better quality players, you're going to get better results in the attack, and we saw that, right? Raphinha was efficient, Lewandowski was everywhere, Yamal was taking on players left and right, slowly getting back to his previous form. Dani Olmo also really benefited off of that, and Barcelona truly did peak once Pedri also came in to play in the CDM position with Dani Olmo. And when you have Pedri right there organizing play, looking for passes, controlling the ball, and with Raphinha also making those runs behind the line, you have a much better FC Barcelona. But stepping away from that and going back to my original point and what we talked about earlier in this video, I just don't like the fact, right, that we have a lot of dips during the game, like small little dips in concentration. We conceded early, right? We dipped there. We played amazing for 15 to 20 minutes after we conceded early, but then we dropped our intensity once we made the 1-1. We eventually and luckily found the second goal, but then from there it was still 2-1, and for like 45 to 55 minutes, and Barcelona were acting like they were winning 5-0, 6-0, 7-0, even though there was a tight lead. I'm like, bro, like, if Alaves score one more goal, do you guys realize that we could end this game 2-2? Like, it was like that for 45 to 50 minutes. Barcelona were playing very static with a 2-1 lead, and that is not good. There must be more. They must demand for more. They must act like Alaves can actually score back and make it 2-2 at any moment, but they did not showcase that type of intensity nor eagerness. They should have looked for the 3-1 by the 60th minute, the 4-1 by the 75th minute, but that is not the Barcelona that I recognize, and that is the reason why my conclusion is the Barcelona that we saw from last season compared to this one is very different, because the Barcelona from last season would have never settled for a 2-1 lead on the 55th minute or on the 65th minute, like very early. Like, they would have wanted the 3-1, 5-1, 6-1 before we even hit the 70th minute. Like, where is the energy? Where is the aggression? Where's the killer instincts from all players, from Balde, from Koundé, from Gerard Martín, from Pedri, from Yamal, from everybody, from Ferran Torres, Rashford, Raphinha? Everybody must always ask, how can I get more? And so I just don't like these dips in forms, and Hansi Flick does feel it. Like, that video is real. It's not like it's AI or something crazy like that. Like, he was just upset even after winning 3-1, and Raphinha had to go over there and consult him to make him feel better. I honestly believe, and I know that this is going to sound a little crazy, but I honestly believe that the best way Hansi Flick can approach this whole thing, if he truly wants to get the best out of all of these players after trying to train them multiple times only for it to like not really transmit on the field, I think that Hansi Flick should just say that I'm going to be leaving Barcelona by the end of this season because I just can't get more out of my players. It's unfortunate, and I think that that is where you can get the players to really respond. It's very much what Xavi did back in January 2024 when he told the media, I'm going to be leaving, like, I can't do this no more. The players don't trust me. We have really bad results. The media likes to blame me a lot. Like, I'm just going to leave. And then we saw Barcelona react to that for like the next 3 to 4 months, and there was a big spark of energy coming from all players. And so if Hansi Flick does that, can you imagine how all the players are going to be reacting to that? Like, I honestly think that is the only way Barcelona can really truly save their season and compete very well for all competitions. I know that this may seem like an overreaction because we're still basically in December or early December, but if we want immediate reactions, which is what Flick wants as well, I think that Flick should just do that. Like, do a fake departure, get the emotions out of the player, because I don't see a player quality problem here. It is the spirit, it is the emotions that these players have to transmit to always want more, to be more passionate about the game. I don't see that from the players. They just seem too relaxed, too like calma, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna go through that again, but like, we need more of that. The spirit really is missing. There is a reason why Raphinha is blossoming more than anybody else, is because when Raphinha is there, he really hustles and he really showcases his heart for this badge. And Raphinha had a lot of things to say after the game by saying things like this, and I quote, I often say that the best defense starts with a good attack. It's crucial that we help the defense with pressure. I try to make it easier for our defenders and more difficult for the opponent. I try to press and take away space from the other team's center backs so we can have the ball. It's good when the team presses behind me like that, but I often do it without thinking. I just run to try and win the ball back as quickly as possible. I often feel like I'm being a bit pushy with the pressure. There are many times when they think that I talk too much, that I'm too demanding, that I expect too much from them, but that's just who I am. I demand more from people. I know I can give much more. I accept this responsibility, and then in the locker room we hug each other and celebrate the victory. So like the fact that Raphinha even says like he thinks that he's annoying his teammates because of how much he does demand from those other teammates, whether it's Yamal, Lewandowski, Ferran, whoever, Dani Olmo. I honestly think that's a good thing. Like bro, Raphinha, like if you're hearing this, do that even more. Press them, call them names, call them bad names, and tell them to do more. Stop acting like they don't want to be here. Like I love that. That is true leadership. But we'll see, right? So hopefully Barcelona in the next match against Atlético Madrid do pick it up, because we cannot continue like this. We have to be way more focused, and I hope that Barcelona and the true Barcelona show up against Atlético Madrid at our own home. That is going to be wrapping up today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.